These are the moments that made us want to be wanderers in the fourth dimension.
Don't blink. Blink and you're dead.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 moments from Doctor Who. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at some of the greatest moments thus far in the Doctor's adventures throughout time and space. With the show being on as long as it has, there are plenty to choose from. The catch is we'll only be including one moment from each Doctor's era, although multi-Doctor stories and honourable mentions may double dip. Also, we won't be including any regeneration scenes, as those are iconic enough to get a list of their own. Lastly, beware of spoilers.
Kill.
Number 10, you can't rewrite history, not one line. The Aztecs.
There's to be a human sacrifice today at the rain ceremony.
Appropriately enough, our first entry is from the era of the First Doctor. After landing in Mexico during the time of the Aztec Empire, the Doctor's companion Barbara is mistaken for a goddess. Having studied Aztec culture, Barbara decides to try to change their culture to fit more modern ideals.
Well, they've made me a goddess. And I forbid it.
However, the Doctor tries to dissuade her, warning her about changing history and telling her that even if she tries, she won't succeed.
You can't rewrite history, not one line!
This moment is one of the first to reveal one of the rules of time travel, and also hints that the Doctor is not merely a traveller in time, but a defender of it.
What you are trying to do is utterly impossible. I know. Believe me, I know.
Number 9, Adric's death. Earthshock.
Of course, that's it!
We said there'd be spoilers. Determined to stop a spaceship from crashing into prehistoric Earth, the 5th Doctor's young friend Adric decides to stay behind, hoping to use his mathematics skill to break the code locking the ship on course. He is unsuccessful, however, and dies in the explosive impact, leaving the Doctor, his friends, and the audience in complete shock, with even the show's ending credits music being omitted. Doctor Who had killed off companions before and has done it since, but it was usually with a softer blow or before we really got to know them. Adric's death pulled no punches, and that's what made it so effective. Number 8, Everybody Lives. The Doctor dances.
I'm my mummy.
The climax of this creepy 9th Doctor two-parter sees the nanogene infecting gas mask wearing boy return to normal by his long sought after mummy. The Doctor is then able to heal everyone afflicted.
I am so sorry.
What's happening?
Given how long he's been alive and the kind of situations he deals with on a daily basis, death is something the Doctor lives with constantly. So seeing him get to win without anyone dying, and seeing the hope that inspires within him in this moment of absolute joy is, in a word, fantastic.
Welcome back!
Number 7, the Doctor meets himself. The 3 Doctors.
You haven't been trying to play this, have you?
Time travel has allowed the Doctor to meet himself on occasions during his lives, but the first time is one of the best. Beset by antimatter, the Time Lords call upon the 3rd Doctor's former selves to assist him in saving them all.
Oh dear, we are in trouble, aren't we?
Besides thoroughly confusing his friends with their explanation, the 2nd and 3rd Doctors both play off each other hilariously, with the former taking time for small talk and the latter being exasperated at his younger self's lackadaisical approach to the situation.
Right, now you can see our problem, can't you?
Yes, most unpleasant.
The pair only stop bickering when the 1st Doctor takes them to task and insults them to boot, all of which set the tone for future encounters between incarnations.
Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown.
Number 6, the Doctor comforts Victoria. The Tomb of the Cybermen.
Are you happy with us, Victoria?
Yes, I am. At least, I would be if my father were here.
While there are many standout moments in the Tomb of the Cybermen, like when the emotionless cyborgs escape their titular tomb, we had to give our best 2nd Doctor spot to the quieter moment when he comforts his young companion Victoria over the death of her father. The conversation turns to his own family.
You probably can't remember your family.
Oh yes, I can when I want to.
He tries to assure Victoria that her memories of her lost loved one won't be sad forever, and that she won't have time to dwell on death when there's so much more to experience, particularly their own adventures, although his advice can apply to everyone.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. 'Cause nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Number 5, the Daisy-est Daisy story, The Time Monster.
Any luck?
Funnily enough, they didn't include Atlantean chains in my anthropology course.
The third Doctor and his companion Jo find themselves in a seemingly hopeless situation when they are chained up and imprisoned by the Master in ancient Atlantis. To cheer Jo up, the Doctor relates a moment from his childhood, his worst day, but also his best.
The point is that day was not only my blackest, it was also my best.
What do you mean?
Seeking the advice from a hermit near his house, the young Doctor hoped to learn the secret of life and find solace on his day of despair. The man points to a daisy-like flower.
It was the daisiest daisy I'd ever seen.
This story encapsulates the best aspects of the Doctor's character and is a stirring message to his friend and the audience. No matter how bleak things may look, there's still beauty and hope all around us.
You still frightened, Jo?
No, not as much as I was.
Number 4, Vincent van Gogh sees his legacy, Vincent and the Doctor.
To me, Van Gogh is the finest painter of them all. Certainly the most popular great painter of all time.
We're not crying, you're crying, okay? After sharing an adventure with an invisible monster and Vincent van Gogh, as well as witnessing him battle his own invisible demons, the 11th Doctor and Amy bring the tortured artist to a future museum. There the pair shows Vincent that despite the ridicule and torment he experiences in his own time, his art and his life are important and are appreciated by generations to come.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome.
Vincent's tears upon discovering his legacy are as touching as his decision to still kill himself is heartbreaking. But as the Doctor says, every life is full of good things and bad things, and adding to someone's good pile is worth it.
You've turned out to be the first Doctor ever actually to make a difference to my life.
I'm delighted. I won't ever forget you.
Number 3, don't blink. Blink.
Who are you?
I'm a time traveller. Or I was, I'm stuck.
This standalone episode has a lot of standout moments, but its best happens in its final act when, after being stalked by angel statue-like creatures and given cryptic hints via DVD extras, Sally Sparrow at last is able to communicate with the Doctor in a roundabout way.
I'm clever and I'm listening, and don't patronise me because people have died and I'm not happy. Tell me.
The Doctor explains his situation and that the weeping angels are only stone when you look at them, and that they're so fast they can move in the blink of an eye.
Don't turn your back, don't look away, and don't blink. Good luck.
No! Don't! You can't!
So when Sally and her friend then notice neither of them looking at the angel, it leads to one of the most terrifying moments in the history of the show.
You're not looking at the statue.
Neither are you.
Number 2, Have I That Right? Genesis of the Daleks.
Just touch these two strands together, and the Daleks are finished. Have I that right?
There are few moments as iconic to the show or the character as this one. Charged by the Time Lords with preventing the creation of the Daleks before they could become a threat, the 4th Doctor and his friends find themselves in a position to destroy his greatest foes once and for all. But when the time comes to touch the wires together, he hesitates.
But the final responsibility is mine. Mine alone.
The Doctor considers the good done out of the fear of the Daleks and how, if he kills them, he becomes just like them.
But if I kill, wipe out a whole intelligent life form, then I become like them.
Although the Doctor is saved from having to perform the genocide in this moment, the question and implications are still things he continues to wrestle with to this day.
I'm grateful to you, Garman. More grateful than I can tell you.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
10 million years of absolute power. That's what it takes to be really corrupt.
Take it easy, Doc.
Doctor, these unseemly outbursts.
Unseemly outbursts?
I love you.
It's quite right.
How are you going to protect your glorious revolution from the next one?
We'll win.
Oh, will you? Well, maybe you will win. But nobody wins for long.
Number 1, the Doctors save Gallifrey. The Day of the Doctor.
Hello, Gallifrey High Command. This is the Doctor speaking. Hello, all also the Doctor. Can you hear me?
Thrust back into the time war that he believes he ended by destroying both sides, the 11th Doctor and several of his prior selves hatch a plan to alter the outcome and save his people and planet. To do so, they call on prior Doctors.
General, we have a plan.
We should point out at this moment it is a fairly terrible plan.
And almost certainly won't work.
Seeing all the Doctors arrive in their TARDISes makes the Whovian hearts flutter, and just when everyone is ready to applaud this as the best moment ever, it's revealed that the future Doctor, played by Peter Capaldi, has also arrived to help.
All 12 of them. No, sir. Ah! All 13!
Celebrating the show's 50th anniversary, the episode is packed with excellent moments, but few are quite as triumphant as this one.
Okay. Gentlemen, we're ready.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.